Welcome to Q&A practice. Let's get started with just a little two voice for some warm up. We'll start with the defense. Ready? So all the work that proceeded along and through your property was completed in that one day. Is that correct? Yes, I believe so. It's just possible that they entered the property from the east on the prior day. To your knowledge, did the work proceed at the same rate that it was intended to have proceeded in spite of your report of the cracking? I think they moved quite a bit faster. Do you have any information or knowledge from which you could determine that they did not, in fact, intend to backfill the trench in front of your property on that day? I have no indication at all. Did anybody ever tell you that they had not intended to do it on that day? No. I think you were asked this before, but I am not exactly clear on it. Had you gone down to observe the trench area before you observed these cracks on your property? No. Do you have any idea what it looked like down there apart from what you could see from up where you were? I do not. Do you know if there was any indication down at the trench of any slippage? Not that I know about. Has anyone ever told you that there was any such indication? No. Did you ever ask anyone if there was any? I didn't ask. Now, did you speak to Mr. Duncan that day? No. Did you speak to anyone else? Oh, perhaps the workmen. The workmen came up for coffee and sandwiches. Approximately when was that? In the evening. It was maybe around 6:30. They were working late. All right, now let's do some practice with using our transcript that we started, and this will be, we will have the questioning attorney as the plaintiff, and we will also have the defense. They'll both be involved. All right, here we go. And it starts with the plaintiff. On August 7th, 2009, did you own a 2006 Toyota Camry? Objection calls for a legal conclusion, but you can answer him. That's just an objection for the record. If you understand his question, you can answer. I don't understand. Okay, let me ask it again. Okay, do you strike that? We're here to talk about an accident which occurred back in 2009. I'm going to represent to you that I have a police report that indicates that the accident occurred on or around August 7th of 2009. A Toyota was one of the vehicles involved in the accident, a 2009 Toyota Camry. What I'm trying to figure out is if you had any kind of legal interest whatsoever in the 2006 Toyota Camry at that time. Can I ask him something? Sure, go ahead. You can leave the room. No, that's not necessary. It wasn't my car, but my name was on the car, if that makes any sense. Okay, we'll explore that a little bit, but let's talk about the car more for a minute. Was it a 2006 Toyota Camry? Yes. Okay, and did that have a California license plate 2JCJ510? I'm not for sure what the license plate was. Okay, now you indicated that your name was on, say, the registration of the car, but that it was not your car on the date of this accident. Yes. Okay, can you explain that? My boyfriend and I, he had told me that his license was taken, so he just put the car in my name. And what was your boyfriend's name? Andrew Binford. Binford is spelled Binford. Okay. Had the vehicle at some time before that belonged to somebody named Tony Bradford? When I bought it, yes. So Mr. Bradford was apparently the owner before you and or your boyfriend bought it. When did you acquire that vehicle? I don't. You and or your boyfriend, however it was. I don't remember. Okay. Do you remember if it was like, say, more than a year prior to August of 2009? I'm not for sure. You hadn't just gotten it, say, weeks earlier? I'm not for sure. Okay, that's okay. I'm just trying to see what you know by maybe jogging your memory a little bit. Do you know Keith Majors? Yes. And when did you first meet Keith Majors? I've known him for about 4 or 5 years. Before 2009 or all together? From today's date, you've known him 4 or 5 years. In the past. Remember to say yes, if that's what's called for. Yes, thank you. Was Mr. Majors a friend of your boyfriend, Arthur Binford, on the date of this accident? Yes. Do you know Mr. Majors due to his relationship with your boyfriend, Mr. Bradford? Could you repeat that again? Yes, maybe I should restate it. I'm trying to figure out whether or not you knew Mr. Majors before Mr. Bradford did. I knew him before. Now, when the vehicle was purchased, it was actually Mr. Bradford who put up whatever funds it took to acquire the vehicle. Yes, but the vehicle was actually put into your name, right? Yes. And as far as the Department of Motor Vehicles knew, or anyone else knew, Mr. Bradford's name didn't show up on any of those documents, did it? Objection as to what anyone else knew, but yes, but you can answer that question if you understand it. True, yes. Do you know Mr. Major's current address? No. Okay, when was the last time you saw Mr. Majors? About a year ago. When you saw him a year ago, did you know what his address was at that time? No. Did you ever know where Mr. Majors lived? Not prior to where he was staying at the time of the accident. All right, well, that will conclude our Q&A practice. Thank you.